This is an instructional video for program P7D CollegeTuition. First, create the abstract class student. Create 3 instance variables: a string variable for the student's first name, a string variable for the student's major, and an integer variable for the number of units the student is taking. As usual, create a 0-argument constructor initializing the variables, as well as a 3-argument constructor. Now write getters and setters for each variable, every single one. Also include the abstract method CalculateTuition. We'll actually write this method out in the child classes. The first child class is undergrad, which extends from student. Create a 0-argument constructor and a 3-argument constructor, which both reference the superclass for the interior of the constructor. Now we define the method CalculateTuition. As stated in the instructions, undergrad tuition per unit is $250. So set the CalculateTuition method to multiply the number of inputted units by 250. The second child class, graduate, will be structured exactly the same as undergrad, except for the CalculateTuition method. Graduate tuition is $500 per unit, so set the method to multiply the units by 500 instead of 250. The last child class is postgraduate. While it does inherit from class student, its superclass is actually class graduate, so extend it accordingly. The only other difference from the other classes is that the multiplier in the CalculateTuition method is 750. Last is the student driver class. Create 6 student objects, 2 of type undergrad, 2 of type graduate, and 2 of type postgraduate. Now create a 2D array with dimensions of 3 rows and 2 columns. Enter each of the 6 objects we just created into this 2D array. There are a few ways to do the next part, but this way will make the printout neater. Create a for loop for the rows of the 2D array, as if writing a nested for loop. We will split up the inner for loop, corresponding to the columns, into 3 separate for loops. The first prints out the first names of the students. The second will print the majors of the students. And the third will print the students' tuitions. To calculate the tuition, use the CalculateTuition method and the getUnitsTaken method.